When you hear the word war, what kind of a feeling that comes to your mind?
Tension.
Tension. What do you think about the things happening in the world right now, the wars and conflicts?
There's a lot of tension
A lot of tension. With whom?
everywhere. There's just a lot of hard posture. There's not a lot of softening.
Why do you think like that? People
I
are
think
like
it's
that?
because when you define yourself, when I define myself as standing in front of you, there's conflict. Because for me to move, logically, I think you cannot move, and for you to move, I cannot move.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm blocking you. But if I were to put myself beside you, which is to say next to you, there is no conflict. We can all move. I think these days we define ourselves a lot as being in front of each other, opposing each other,
Yeah.
not being able to move, and that creates a lot of tension and conflict. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe we're all on the same boat.
What kind of leaders do you think the world needs more of right now?
Leaders that can loosen themselves up a bit.
Loosen themselves up a bit.
They can practice compassion, like actual compassion.
Do you think if leaders practice mindfulness every day, there will be lesser few conflicts?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. Maybe. We don't know, right? But like you can only imagine. You can only imagine. When you are mindful, which is to say when you are present, there is not much problem, is there? You're like,
And also like when you be mindfulness, you understand yourself, right?
Yeah,
When you understand other people, right?
absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Another question is when we find someone for a job, we look for qualifications, right? But when we're going to elect a leader, why don't we look for qualifications or anything? What we look for them?
I don't know. Maybe we'll look for who's better at putting on a show and wearing a mask, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a human thing. We're attracted to people who can perform and who can put on a show.
Do you think if we make compulsory for leaders to practice mindfulness as a qualification if they want to be a leader, what do you think it will?
I don't know. The tricky thing is we're all on different timings in our lives, right? If I were to sit you down and say, be mindful, I don't know how far you're going to go because it's for you to decide whether you want to be there and be mindful or not. Mindfulness can easily be a routine, and that's powerful. But for it to touch you at the deepest level, you need to want it. You need to really want it. But if they do really want it, of course, it transforms.
But what if like people demand? People have the power to elect them, right?
It's a good thing. It's constructive. If that was possible, it's a constructive thing. Why not?
If you were a world leader for one day, what would you do to reduce conflict?
To get rid of conflict. To be completely honest with you, though, I don't know what I'd do. I'd probably just invite everyone for a moment to actually be present with themselves.
Actually talk, use dialogue.
Exactly. It's like to, for a moment, forget that there was a past of conflicts and issues and there is a tomorrow of worries and whatnots. Just like focus on right now and what we can do right now and how we can relate to each other right now.
So beautiful answer. If humans are evolving species, what direction do you think like we should evolve, or what do you think about the direction we are evolving right now?
I don't know, Dal. I think there is already a bit of a shift in how we relate to ourselves and nature and each other. People are becoming more and more aware. That is beautiful. And it's interesting how everybody does that. Everybody goes through. I'm not saying this to be politically correct or to be acceptable, but genuinely, everyone goes through it their own way. And it's unique for everyone. For me, it might be sitting down in peace and quiet and meditating, observing my breath. For someone, it might be going on a run. For someone, it might be climbing mountains. Someone might be lying in the bed. Whatever it looks like for you, just do what brings you the closest to you. Discover yourself. Discover within. That's one thing we don't do often. Look within. We're always looking without. We're always looking around, trying to find missing pieces outside. Missing piece could very well be inside you, right? We don't look inside. It's an uncomfortable thing. It feels awkward and uncomfortable at first. Maybe that's what
That's true.
And that like it genuinely brings joy to my heart to see how that's a direction where a lot of people are moving in these days, and there's a lot of truth in that movement.
When you truly understand yourself, you feel like power inside yourself.
You do, but more than power, you feel peace.
Peace.
And the power that then comes, it's coming from a place of peace, not from a place of ego. Because it's just power. You look at power and like power is power. Maybe not. Maybe depending on where it's coming from, it can
Yeah.
actually have different implications. If it's coming from a place of peace, it's going to create. If it's coming from a place of ego, I don't know. Maybe it'll destroy. Maybe it'll create.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Even what I believe is like world leaders looking power from outside when they can look power within themselves first. They don't do that, but they look for power outside.
I know.
When they do that, there will be more conflicts and wars around the world.
I know. That's